What's going on, fellow humans and resellers? It is I, James, and Mr. Vern, and soon to be Courtney, I'm sure. RedoptionAgency.com, 20 plus years selling on eBay. Well, I didn't do a videos Friday, because sales were just so bad. Just in the tank, just boom. So there she is. And then yesterday was so bad, I changed things up. And I'll show you what I did. Try to shake things up or try to see where the problems may lie, if it lies, because I still have a feeling it's within the promoted organic algorithm. Because Friday, I was having no organic sales at all. They were all promoted, and then like one would pop up here and there. I think I ended like with 8 or something like that, a very low number. So I still think it's in there somewhere. So I'll show you what I was doing and what I changed to see if that will shake things up. But so Saturday, about midday, I decided to shut off all my promotions and all my sales. Just kind of let all my items just kind of regroup, if you will, start over. So I gave it several hours. So I ran several hours with, no promotions, no sales, no sales, just to let things kind of go back down to zero. But so like the previous Saturdays, you can tell I was doing $1,300, whereas yesterday $546. So down what, over 60%. 550 would be 1,100. So somewhere around 60% down from the previous Saturdays. Like I said, since I was on that track, I just went ahead and ended all that stuff to try something different. What I'll show you here. Let's see here. So I only ended up with 13 organic sales yesterday and 25 promoted. My impressions were way down. If you notice here, my organic was up a little compared to like previous days, and my promoted down a little, and that is probably because I took all the promotions off and the sales off and stuff. So for most of the day, I was only getting organic page views, no promoted. So Friday was the issue with the organic I was telling you about. It only ended up with 6, so not even as much as I thought I ended up with. So that's why I still think it's something to do with that algorithm between organic and promoted, because those numbers just always seem a little bit off. Where today we're starting off a little bit better, but I'll show you what I did. And right now, as of now, I've got good placement. I do my search with adjustable baseball hats, and I have great placement right now under best match. So I'm hopeful that what I did may help, or could just be a coincidence, and maybe eBay is going to work a little bit better today than the last 2 days. But what I did was, or how I was set up, let me go into promotions first. So before, I had a lot more items per sale. Like I would just mix a bunch of them, because you could have up to 10,000 in one sale. So a lot of these smaller ones you see here, I would mix them all together into one big sale. So I decided to break them down individually by my store categories, basically. And then even some I divided up into 2. Like t-shirts got their own, shoes got their own, cassettes got their own. So I didn't mix things. And that was kind of the way I was running my promotions too. As you can see here, my promotions have been down ever since, ever since back here. That was February 26th. We've been going down pretty much ever since. But the last few days have just been taking a real downward turn. So the way I was set up here too is I had everything I only had two promotions running. I had the lower dollar items, my clearance items, then I had all my higher dollar items all into one. So it got me thinking, I'm like, well, if there are promoted item issues, can it be individual, or is it, covering the whole thing? So this is kind of like my test to see if it's kind of individual. If it's individual, then say I'm having problems with the video games, clothing, whatever, VHS, but then I'll have other ones that might be running properly. Just a theory, I don't know. So as you can see, I broke them all down into my individual categories also. And then that way too, I can put them all at different percentages to see if that, makes any difference, within the system, the algorithm system, because maybe before I only had maybe two different pings, if you will, in the algorithm system when it comes to promoted, the low dollar, the high dollar. Now I have several pings, I'm going to say 25 different campaigns running. So if there's a problem with 12 campaigns, maybe I've got 12 that's running properly. I hope, it's just a theory. Like I said, I don't know if it's all together or if it's categories, but at least it gives me more options to where, there might be less problems. I don't know. We shall see. But their sales were really slow overnight. But like I said this morning, it's starting to pick up a little. And you're not getting that. I got that up for $42 and it keeps sending like low dollar offers. And I got great placement as of right now when I checked on the best match. So as long as the site's working properly, I guess. There was a complaint about not being able to accept an offer. So I know there was a problem within the offer system again. And in the past, when there's an issue with the offer system, there's usually, from experience, a problem with checkouts also. I don't know if that's the case or not for sure today or yesterday, but I did have several people who has good feedback who sent me offers, but they haven't paid yet. So normally those type of customers pay pretty quick, and the fact that they haven't paid within 12 to 24 hours, makes me scratch my head. But that's just guessing right there. You're just pulling straws right there. So, but anyway, Adrian did some pooling yesterday, even though it was his birthday. He did some pooling for me yesterday evening. So we'll get into that and get this stuff shipped out for today. Got almost 200 items drafted. So I'm still keeping my items over 31.3. And I'm making myself, I'm actually, when I was drafting stuff yesterday, I was really enjoying it. So not thinking too much about the problems on eBay is really letting me to enjoy again, if you will. The problem is if sales don't pick up, I'm not going to be able to go out and thrift those higher dollar items continuously like I have been, because I don't want to be down at the end of the month because I went out shopping. So I want to still stay on the up and up. So got to watch my bottom line numbers really close to make sure I don't start going backwards, because I've got plenty of product to list here. So just listing away, listing full. So we're gonna get into this and boom, 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 get this stuff moving. All right. This was, I don't drink alcohol, but this was my brother's drink of choice. And I had another weird issue with my dad, because I always had to remind him when the baseball games were on. So the first baseball game was the other day, spring training. And when I saw it on Facebook and I realized that I'm not going to be able to tell him the game's on, I just had a little breakdown moment. But I'm sure I'll have several more of those little moments where little things will catch me off guard. But that was one of them. But so we got this Crown Royal racing hat, sold for $11, going to Oak Harbor, Iowa. And next, I want to ask for your guys' help. If you are willing to help, it's free, of course, but that's the only help I'd ask for. But if you guys could share some of my videos, if you like them, whether that's in Facebook groups or your own Facebook pages or whatever, you can hit that share button below the YouTube video, and you can connect it to even your YouTube community if you have followers. I knew it was going to be a hard press to get from $400 a month to $500 a month. I knew it was going to be difficult because it felt like I was kind of balancing out. Like I hit my teeter point and I'm at just a lull right now. So I really need to get more subscribers and more views if I'm going to be able to grow it a little bit more. Of course, I'm not worried about it, but it's just kind of like a personal goal. If I get it, I get it. If I don't, I'm not worried about it. It's not like going to kill me or anything. It's more of seeing if I can do it type of thing. So I'm not putting any pressure on myself or anything. So you don't have to do it. But if you think any of my videos are entertaining in any way or helpful in any way, please share them. Make sure you're subscribed and like it and stuff like that so it can generate more, so I can start going back up again, because I'm plateaued off right now. So there's a little hump there I got to get over somehow, and I got to figure that out. And of course, my mind loves trying to figure things out, as you know, watching these videos. So I'm trying to figure out how to get over that little low hump there and get back up, going up. But asking for you guys' free help would probably help in that task. All right, next up, we've got Camden on the Lake hat, sold for $6.50, going up to Kansas. Next up, we got a Newcastle Knights trucker hat going to Australia, sold for $11. All right, next up, the Boston Red Sox cap, sold for $9.50, going to Santa Barbara, California. All right, next up, Caddy hat, sold for $11, going to East Hartford, Connecticut. Ohio Buckeyes hat, sold for $11, going to Jonesboro, Arkansas. America Needs Farmers hat, sold for $10, going to Ohio. All right, St. Louis Cold Drawn, it's a steelworks company, it looks like, going to Decatur, Illinois, sold for $9.50. All right, we've got this women's Browning hat, sold for $7.50, going over to England. Kansas State Wildcats hat, $8, going to Rockford, Illinois. Other changes I made too is I'm not listing no more clearance items right now. When I come across them, they go into a box. When the box is full, they go up for a lot. So that's another change I made. Just going to concentrate on moving higher dollar items, $10 or higher. Of course, it'll be a little under 10 when my sales kick in and what have you. But that being said, also too, I dropped the 40% off on my clearance items, so no more $3 items, except if you buy 2 or more. That way, it makes it worth it, and it's not such a pain in the butt. It's just sending out one at a time. So I expect my numbers to be down, at least piece count wise, because of that. But I'm hoping, being I'm putting up all this higher dollar stuff now and not wasting my time with clearance items, that my overall dollar will start going upwards. So that's another reason I think I enjoyed it yesterday, really drafting and listing, because I had high expectations I have high expectations or hope as to the changes I made. I'm just hoping that the website will pull through eventually with eBay. Because I do believe that, the economy and the war and crap is holding back some buyers. But across the board, there's a lot of people like me who try not to pay attention to that kind of stuff, who will make sacrifices in other ways. Like, I'll eat less before I buy less gas. That's just, you've heard my stories about freedom roaming before. I can eat off $2 a day as long as I have a full tank of gas, so I'm not worried about that kind of thing. So I know there are the other people out there who will do things like that in order to keep their life as normal as possible. And I try not to pay attention to the war thing, because if it's upsetting to me, because the whole world is letting this one person destroy all of these lives and just sitting around and letting it happen, pretty much because they're afraid of him and his nuclear crap. And he runs his, in my opinion, he runs his whole military through fear. He runs his whole damn country through fear. If you get rid of that fear, everybody else is going to level out. That's the way I look at it anyway. Of course, I'm not in the intelligence community and all that stuff anyway either. So, but you're letting one person ruin all these lives. And yeah, you're sending drones now and stuff, but And the whole world, it's just upsetting that one guy can control the whole planet pretty much like he's doing. And so I'm not paying attention until somebody steps up and starts holding this guy accountable for what he's doing to people. But that's me on the war situation. So I'm not ignoring because I don't care. I'm ignoring because it's upsetting that the whole world's just feels like they don't care because they're letting this one guy get away with it. So, of course, not getting into details and all that good stuff. So you don't have to comment about this and that. I kind of know it all. Well, I don't know it all, but I kind of know a lot of what's going on. So I'm not getting into details, just the overall basis. So of the feeling. So Royal Caribbean hat sold for $10 going to O'Fallon, Missouri. That being said also, and then I'll shut up, be careful what you read in this country. And when it comes to the coronavirus and all the other stuff, don't listen to what the media tells you. I don't care what channel, what side, blah, blah, blah you listen to. Do your own research with professionals. And don't just listen to one person here and there, because the best way to control mankind or to control a war or to control a country is through fear. Fear is the number one way to control a situation, a person, a country, etc. Do not fall for the fear. Okay, that being said, I'm moving on. All right. Mizzou hat sold for $7.20 going to Albany, Missouri. Alrighty, Puma hat, a vintage Puma hat, sold for $12 going to Puerto Rico. All right, Mystic Lubricants. Ooh, sounds kinky. Sold for $10 going to North Pole, Arkansas. Ooh, sounds kinkier. Yeah, for sure there's something going on again, because I've had some pretty good sales coming through as I'm shipping here. But so I decided to check on the number, and you can see what's going on there. We're going back to where the organic has 0. And if you remember when that happened before, because it was an issue, I had good sales on those days. I believe that at least the majority of the days that happened, where the organic was not coming up properly. So something going on there, and that's why I'm having some decent sales right now, possibly. And also, as I've said many times, that kind of tells me that the issues on the site would seem to be coming from the organic / promoted algorithm and that whole situation. So I am getting close on finding the issue so I can call in and be more detailed and say, hey, this is what's going on. But I think I need to do more research on how the algorithms work to really pinpoint, to get any deeper into it. But I don't want to call in that issue, like I said, because when last time it happened, I had good sales. So don't want to complain about that. All right, vintage McDonnell Douglas visor sold for $6 going to Peru. All right, Lake Tahoe hat sold for $8 going to Carmel Valley, California. So, are you ready for a hat? Yeah. We got 2 St. Louis Cardinal hats going to Louisiana. Sold for $16. I know, you need a cuteness break from all this talking I'm doing. You're like, you watching me? Those are cuties. Those are cuties. Okay, I got a belly rub time. Alrighty. MFA vintage hat sold for $16, staying in the area. I am having trouble forming words today. So if you hear me talking slow like that, for some reason my words are coming out muffled. Herculaneum, Missouri is where it's going to. The weird thing, for some reason, when I try to read out loud or whatever, sometimes my words are muffled. I don't know if that's like my mouth getting ahead of my brain or something. I don't know. But anyway, we got this American Eagle hat here, and it's going to Mexico. Sold for $6.50. And we got this Bully Sports. Women's shirt, been in the store well over 2 years. Sold for $6, going to Pennsylvania. As you can see here, how crappy my overnight was. I mean, we got 2 at 12, none at 1, 1 at 2, none at 3, none at 4, none at 5, 2 at 6, none at 7, none at 8. And then it started opening up a little about 9:45. We got boom, all those. I think those were probably all offers I took when I first got up. But then at 10 o'clock, we've kind of exploded here. So a lot of sales in 10 o'clock, and that's not all of them. I just had a lot of probably 7 or 8 hats sell, and he hasn't paid yet, so that's going to be more. So we're cruising right now. Let me refresh that page and see if that issue is still prevalent. No. So now we're at 314. So weird. It was at 14.0 before. So, and then before that, what, it was like 10 something, right? So, don't know. As long as the sales keep coming in, that's all that matters to me. So Adrian's girlfriend had mentioned she had a bag of clothes that they were going to drop off at a thrift store to donate. I'm like, hold on here. You do realize what I do, right? So she left the bag for me. Because she's like, it's just crap stuff, or whatever. I'm like, I don't care. Let me decide, and then I'll donate it, or you can donate it. Because she don't get the coupons or anything, so she's not worried about that. I'm like, what I don't want, I'll donate. So I put up about 10 pieces so far. I pulled out the bag, and we already had one sell. So I guess it's like a swimsuit cover-up. It's a sheer tank top with the tiger on it. By Divide. I mean, nothing big, but $6 for free. Going to Texas. We've got this cool, it's like new old stock camera bag. It's still got the foam in it and everything. Sold for $10, going to Minnesota. Next up, we have a lot of 20 cassettes sold for $24, going to New Jersey. All right, the Breakwater, California, Venice, California t-shirt. Sold for, Old Navy shirt. Sold for $8.30, going to Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Always buy this stuff. Always sells. Lou Fuse Soccer Club. Lou Fuse is a local car dealer who sponsors some soccer here in St. Louis. Actually, they sponsor the fields over by where I ride my bike to at Creve Coeur Lake. This sold for $8, going to South Lake Tahoe, California. All right, we got Alfini, A-L-F-A-N-I. Zip front light sweater jacket, sold for $16, going to Massachusetts. Maze Rage, Michigan Wolverines Adidas shirt, youth, sold for $6, going to Michigan. Go figure. All right, this is why I love what I do, man. I just sell the most random stuff. I don't sell what's popular, well, not always, but what's popular. I love selling the stuff nobody else would pick up. Now, some people might pick this up because it's a dragon on it. Me, I'm like, I don't know what it is, but I'm getting it. It's cool. And it sells for $10. I mean, come on. And it's going to New York. So I love just selling random, cool, not even cool, just random stuff. Cool to somebody. How about that? Random, cool to somebody stuff. That's official term now. All right, Candy Dulfer cassette sealed, sold for $9, going to New Florence, Missouri. All right, and of course we're gonna have some clearance stuff that sold before I changed my sales stuff, because some of the stuff's from Friday evening and Saturday morning also. So like $3 here for this, going to Coal City, Illinois. 5 years on the street CD, clearance $5, going to Colorado Springs, Colorado. The Weavers Greatest Hits on CD, clearance $5, going to Little Ferry, New Jersey. All right, I'm liking this $5 clearance stuff. This is what, 3 in a row. Ryan Shoop and the Rubber Band Dream Big cassette single or CD single, $5, going to Lebanon, Tennessee. All right, we got King Kong on the Xbox, sold for $250, going to White House, Tennessee. All right, Ashley Parker CD. Sold for $4.50, going to Portland, Oregon. All right, Leanne Rhymes promo CD single. Sold for $2.70, going to Fort Wayne, Indiana. All right, headed to Indiana. Harp by the Sea CD. Sold for $8. Happy Monday Live CD. Sold for $3, going to Naples, Florida. The Wild Hogs on DVD. Sold for $5, going to Jamestown, New York. All right, Jackie Gleason cassette. Going to Worcester, Massachusetts. Good Lord, I'm glad I don't live there and have to say that every day. All right, and this sold for $10. All right, Wagner cassette, sealed, classical. Going to Lighthouse Point, Florida, sold for $13. No sales have come in the last 30 minutes, so I decided to check again. And we are back at that issue with Zero Organic. So it's kind of flip-flopping back and forth today so far, it seems. But the sales have stopped, so hopefully they'll start rolling in. Because they ain't making no sense, man. No sense at all. Not making no dollars either. East side meets west side, downtown, your time. Great album, great band, Queensryche Empire. Sold for $3, going to New Mexico. Alrighty, we got Madden 2005 on the DS. Sold for $2.70, going to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Alright, next we got this vintage key pouch with like 4 random keys in it. I love selling this kind of stuff. Just pretty cool keys. All right, and this sold for $9, going to Elk Grove, California. All right, John Anderson on cassette, sold for $10. Wow, that's surprising. Going to Kankakee, Illinois? Something of that nature. All right, Barry Manilow, Even Now cassette, going to Fossil, Oregon, sold for $3. All right, Young Black Teenagers, self-titled, sold for $3. Sometimes I just love trying to say the names, or actually saying the names when I pull them off. Rio Rancho, New Mexico. I like that. Rio Rancho. All right, Loretta Lynn, live from the Wheeling Jamboree. Sold for $2.50, going to West Findlay, Pennsylvania. Alrighty, headed to Arizona. We've got Earth Crisis promo cassette single, sold for $6. All right, going to Elk Grove, California. We got Disturbed promo cassette single, sold for $6. All right, headed for Florida. More Ross on Broadway, sold for $2.70. All right, Danny Daniels at the Oregon aboard the Delta Queen. That's cool. And it's signed. There's St. Louis. That's cool. Vinyl, going to Cincinnati, Ohio, sold for $30. All right, Bobby Hebb, 45, sold for $5, going to Chicago. All right, we got the Yardbirds, 45, sold for $8, going to Los Angeles. All right, we got X-Mix, issue 16, 1993, CD. Promo, and sold for $14, going to Kansas City. All right, Gold City, a collection of favorite CD, sold for $9, going to Brownsville, Kentucky. I turn around and she's just staring at me, wagging her tail. Look at her, looking so innocent. Look at that stretch. All right, that's going to be it for this video. We still got probably about 35 items to ship. And we're at 11:45, so I'm sure we'll have more sales. We better, anyway. So in the last 45 minutes, only one item is sold in the 11 o'clock hour. Hopefully they will pay because it's a nice big dollar item. So hopefully you'll see that in the next video. Something from my personal collection that I kind of overpriced. And if it sold, it sold. If it didn't, it didn't. So we'll see. It sold. They got decent feedback. So just waiting payment on that. And hopefully we'll cover that in the next video. So we're going to head upstairs, maybe find some lunch. And I got to clip her nails because she has some long nails that almost touch herself on the side of her back paws. So I noticed they're almost touching again. So I need to trim those up, right? And thanks to everybody for the love and support and all that good stuff. And I will see you in the next video.